Hello bookworms, another book review for me, and I'm going to review a book called The Self-Esteem Workbook by Lynda, author of the best-selling Creating Self-Esteem. So the Self-Esteem Workbook is an interactive approach to changing your life. So I'll just read the blurb on the back. Are you low in self-esteem? Do you lack self-belief? If you feel that you're underachieving, here is your chance to boost your feel-good factor. Learn to believe in yourself and make your life happy and successful. Lynda Field's Self-Esteem Workbook is packed with practical and effective techniques and exercises which will help you to bring a new sense of creativity and vision to life. Reassuring and crystal clear, this book shows you how to develop and put into practice your own self-esteem action plan. So Lynda Field has got a degree in sociology and social psychology. She's a trained counsellor and psychotherapist, specialising in personal and group development. So this is the Self-Esteem Workbook, and I think it was published a while ago, to be honest with you. I think this was published back in the 90s. I'm sure I've seen other editions of this book that are in a red cover. So this is a fairly old one. But the reason I wanted to just do a review on this is something that I read. It's not, I wouldn't even say you read, it's more like a workbook. Okay, so it's got loads of exercises in it that you could literally go through with a pencil and just do when you're having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. In fact, I'll tell you when it was, this was actually published in, I think, I think it was the early 90s. Yeah, I think it was the early 90s. But it's got some great bits in it. Not very, but it's a great exercise. If you're ever feeling in a low place, feeling a bit down, you haven't got time for seeing a counsellor or anything like that, or you can't even afford it because sometimes it can be quite expensive. This is a great investment, great book. You basically run through this with a pencil, and yeah, I think this was published in 1995. But the book is great in that you can, for example, open to chapter 5, trusting yourself. So this is all about trusting yourself, and people who have low self-esteem don't trust themselves, but they'll have an exercise, so you can just take a pencil, go through this, and at the end, there'll be a little bit of text, but not a lot. So it's really a practical workbook, and what you'll find is it will detach you from the mindset that you're in and just reframe things so that you can see that you can look at it from another angle. And often that's all the difference you need, just to be able to change the perspective of what you're looking at. So they've got various chapters in it. I'll just go through that and tell you a little bit about some of those. Some of them sound. It was. I actually, years ago, I'd went through this with a pencil, and I actually thought it was really useful. And it was very simple, and it was very straightforward. Not a lot of reading, so that was all really good. The chapters in it are things like, you start off with making an assessment of your level of self-esteem. Do you actually have high or low self-esteem? There's, improving is things like increasing self-awareness, improving personal relationships, healing your life, trusting yourself, maintaining your levels of self-esteem. Really, it's about tweaking some of these things that you're about and making a small difference. And sometimes just making that small difference is what over time makes a big difference. So, I've opened this up, and one of the exercises is about what's it called? Increasing self-awareness. So it is about, having more awareness of that inner child and all that kind of thing. These are all terms we all know about. But, they give you little tips to reframe things and look at things from another perspective, another angle. Like I said, it's a fantastic wee workbook. Use a pencil, go through it. You can do it while having a cup of tea or coffee. So if you're on your own, you can do this. And I think it really does make a difference. So that's all I wanted to say about it. Quick one, the Self-Esteem Workbook, an interactive approach to changing your life by Lynda. I know there's a couple other editions of this one. This one's published by Element Publishers. I know there's a couple of other editions of this. So I'm sure any of them would be great as well. Okay, hope you enjoy that. And if you are somebody that has problems with self-esteem, not a bad one to get to sort of kickstart the process of changing things.